Okay, Chet Garner has hosted the travel program, The Daytripper, for, I can't believe this, 16 seasons, and it shows no sign of stopping. The show explores every corner of Texas, from well-known landmarks to completely obscure hidden gems and everything in between. It's been hugely successful, earning 18 Lone Star Emmys since 2009. And here to tell us all about the show and where you and your family should travel during the holiday seasons, we welcome Chet Garner himself. Chet, welcome to the program.
Ernie, my good friend. I'm just chasing you a number of years, man. I'm running right behind you, trying to catch up.
Keep running, mister. I could be your father. Anyway, if folks want to join the conversation and chat with Chet, give us a call, 713-440-8870.
Where are you, Chet? Looking at this man cave.
This is exactly the man cave. It's all the stuff. And this is my office. This is our podcast studio, full of all the things that my wife no longer wanted in our house. She's like, you bring that to your office.
Including you.
Every man needs a podcast studio.
So including you, something she didn't want in the house anymore?
On occasion. Don't you have a podcast to record? Go.
Well, you know, there's a good point to start with, too, the podcast. So Daytripper is not just on the air for a half an hour once a week. All of these, you guys have grown and grown in your reach and how you explore this state.
Well, yeah, you know, it's been fun. I mean, as you know well, everybody in public media knows it's a Wild West frontier. And so we're just trying to spread our message, which is all about celebrating Texas as many places as possible. So, you know, what was just a TV show is now, you know, active social media. It's a podcast. It's all the different places that you got to be now to spread the message. And it's all about just inspiring people to go out and explore Texas. So I've got the best job on earth. I get to go and eat all the barbecue, you know, jump in all the swimming holes, see the little museums, and then I get to share that message and hopefully inspire Texans to go out and do the same.
Well, you know, it's interesting, Chet, that you talk about celebrating places in Texas. I have to ask you, so what would be your top, you know, 2-3 spots during the holidays that you think people, it should be on people's radar?
Okay. I mean, yes, the holidays, I mean, in Texas, the magic of Christmas is like all over the state. Yeah. And what's wonderful is like all these historic districts that just go over the top with lights. Our studio's in downtown Georgetown. And I mean, like every December, it turns into a Hallmark movie around here. But that can be said about a lot of, you know, small towns. And so I think for people who want to go out and explore, just drop yourself in the middle of a historic district. Whether that's, you know, for Houstonians, like Galveston, my goodness, is beautiful during the holidays. Little towns like Brenham that are right outside of y'all's, you know, right beyond the Houston city limits. And then, you know, like, Santa's Wonderland outside of College Station. I mean, that is like that is a crazy Christmas experience. And
I have friends that like Wimberley.
All these things that you can just go and do. If you just, you know, if you're up for a little road trip that goes a little into the dark hours of the night, like it's endless almost.
All right, just curious, where is your family spending the holidays?
Ooh, so we're going to go, I mean, I've got family all over the place. We're going to be in Goldthwaite a little while, Tyler a little while, Georgetown a little while, and then we like to do like a Texas staycation. And so we're going to do a little staycation out in Fredericksburg. We're going to go stay in a treehouse. With me, I've got 5 kids, so it's going to be a pretty big tree house, and explore like the Hill Country Trail of Lights. Another hack that I like to give people is like, there's a golden time between Christmas and New Year's where all of the lights are still up in these small towns, but the crowds are gone. Mm-hmm. And so that's when, man, we go out and we trip around at that point.
So that leads me to this, Chet, but because you just said treehouse. I remember there was a show that was just about tree houses across the country that a guy had on HDTV or something. So you find a treehouse in Texas where you could take your wife and 5 kids. How do you come up with the places you find?
It's a tough job. I mean, that's like, my passion is travel. My passion is exploring. And so for me, it's actually pretty easy because this is just what I love to do. It's like asking a car guy about cars like that. They're going to just go nuts, or sports people about sports, or you know, British people who love British television, like Ernie, like they, like
all three of them.
They're just gonna talk forever about it, right? This is what I love to do. So it comes pretty easy.
So are you searching all the time? You Googling it and looking everywhere?
All the time. Like I mean, literally, I was just in Houston yesterday. I had to go down there for business, and so I took a long way home and ate at a couple spots that I had never tried before. A shout out to Brisket and Rice. They're one of the top 50 barbecue joints. I just never had it. It was some of the best barbecue I'd ever had, and it's like kind of an Asian infusion with Texas barbecue.
Yeah,
so
that's what Houston's known
I'm
for.
always just discovering new stuff.
16 seasons of finding places. Is it harder now, or has it opened up a world that's much bigger and brighter, and you're finding more things and can't get to all of them?
I think. I mean, I jokingly say I could make this show until, I don't have any teeth anymore and I've got to, go everywhere on a little motorized scooter. Like there's literally so much in Texas. It's just endless. And so I would say, Ernie, both of those things are true at the same time. It's getting a little more difficult because we've taken some of the obvious places off the board. Like we've been to the New Braunfels and the, places that maybe, the big cities. We've certainly covered those multiple times. We've got multiple episodes about Houston. But, it's forcing me to go into like these smaller towns where I know of one thing to do. Like I know that famous chicken fried steak place is downtown, but like I can't make a 30-minute show about me eating one chicken fried steak. And so it's forced me to dig a little deeper, and inevitably I find stuff.
I bet you could. I bet you could do a 30-minute show about you eating one chicken fried steak.
It's a very niche audience, but they would be there. It'd be very small.
Yeah.
But
let's talk about the gravy now for about 5 minutes. Did I mention the crust? Let's go. Oh.
I'm like, okay, we're not going to talk about it for the Hello Houston.
He's building the show.
No, but Chet, it's interesting. You're talking about that your love and your passion for travel and your love and passion for Texas and the food, but talk to us about the people that you meet.
Oh, man. I mean, the state motto of Texas is friendship.
Yeah.
And I've learned that no matter what corner of the state you go into, if you approach people with a smile and with a friendly demeanor, they're going to give it back to you tenfold. Mm-hmm. And so, sometimes people are intimidated to travel into small towns, be it for whatever reasons. And I've learned that, if you go in there with a smile, you're going to be treated like family as soon as you get there. So, wonderful people. And, our big cities hold some really interesting things, but our small towns hold some of the weirdest, wildest characters you'll ever meet who are a little too outside the box to even exist in a big city. So they went somewhere where there were zero rules about anything, and they're doing crazy, crazy stuff, be it art or food or,
is there,
history.
Is there a spot that you haven't gone yet that's on your radar?
Oh, there's a few, believe it or not. Yeah, there's quite a few. And I've been to Big Bend 6 times, and I haven't explored that whole park.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you this, Chet. So the title of the show, The Daytripper, I assume started out as where can people go in a day, like to literally take a day trip, and it's expanded to a weekend and maybe a full week. Do you find yourself getting back to the roots of the mission of where can we go in a day and enjoy ourselves and come home?
I think it did start as the Austin Daytripper, believe it or not. And that was like season 1. But when I started going to other PBS stations across the state, pitching them on the Austin Daytripper, this is what I got. They said, you Austinites, you don't realize that people outside of Austin aren't as in love with Austin as you may think.
Accurate.
Houstonians can certainly echo that. And so I was like, you know what? I probably have drawn too tight of a circle around Austin. Let me expand my reach. And so what's a day trip? It depends on where you're starting from. And so it's about a celebration of the state, and it's less about where can I get in a day and get back home. It's more about I'm going to parachute into this town for a day, sun up to sundown, and what can I eat, see, and do when I'm there? So all the state of Texas is our playground.
To jump a little bit onto Celeste's question here, is there a place you haven't figured out how to crack, that you want to do it, but you haven't really figured out how to tell the story of that place?
Oh gosh, all the time. Like Houston's a good example. Like,
Yeah.
I thought when we would do a big city, we would break it up into like bite-sized pieces for people, and I attacked Houston from like this neighborhood mentality that you've got all these great neighborhoods, be it the Heights or Montrose or the Medical District. And then I realized that that's only true for a certain degree, because I would want to like do this in this side of the city and then this on this side of the city. And that didn't make any sense anymore for me to do this neighborhood breakdown. And so I'm always trying to find a new way to attack Houston. Like, because there's so much to do, so many places. And it's like, well, up here I'm on the Beltway, and then now I'm down, in Pearland, and now I'm over here. It's like, no human would actually do that. So
yes, a whole bunch of us do every single day here.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Y'all are a little crazier.
So,
that's it. It's the big cities offer the hardest challenges on how to make a 30 minutes that people actually understand. The small towns are the easiest, because they've got a very big history, and sometimes you're literally going to do everything in 30 minutes. You will do everything that town has to offer a tourist. Right. And then there's like Houston, which you guys probably haven't even done everything there yet, and you live there.
Well, have you ever come across a surprise where you wanted to go to this little town for the best chicken fried steak ever, and you got there and they were out of chicken fried steak, or it was the worst thing you ever put in your mouth, and you're like, oh, well, heck, what am I going to do now?
No. I can't tell you how many like smoked bologna platters I've gotten because I was too late to the barbecue joints. I was like, I'll take brisket. They're like, buddy, brisket sold out 2 hours ago. Like, well, what do you have left? Well, we have bologna. But craft bologna, you don't knock it till you try it. If someone makes a good bologna, it can be pretty delicious. But
it's all the sauce.
That's one of those things. If you're not there at 8 a.m., sometimes you're done.
So people who think that Chet just sprung out as this traveler of the state, we've got a lawyer here before us who was not originally a broadcaster.
Ernie, you're giving away all my secrets. Yeah. I'm a licensed attorney, but it just, going back to like what I find, I found a job that fed my passions, which makes the job incredibly easy to do. Lawyering was not, yes, I was fine at it, graduated, got licensed and all that, but it didn't really feed me. It wasn't something that I felt like God had necessarily gifted me in, or that indulged my passions. And so I'm a big proponent that if you can match your passions with your profession, that's the magic sauce, and you'll never work a day in your life. Now, taking that I work super duper hard on the show all the time, but that's like, it feeds me rather than drains me.
Do you think the Daytripper will ever jump into some other states?
I mean, we stretched what Texas was last season or a season before, and we went to what I call old Texas. Some people just call it Colorado. I call it, because the Texas map in 1836 went all the way up to Wyoming. And so I think we had so much fun. I think we're going to play in that sandbox again. So like Texas included about, 2/3 of New Mexico, about 1/3 of Colorado, and then even a very small piece of Wyoming. And so, depending on how you define Texas, I got a lot more to explore.
Well, good quality, fun broadcasting like you do is the reason we keep asking for viewer support. And as you know, it's gotten tougher and tougher. Your show, obviously green light. So I see that TV8, we have it Wednesday at 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. So I guess you're all over the state. Are you always at the same day, same time for everyone?
No. Unfortunately, PBS fiercely independent, so they put me wherever they want me to be. And so we're on in Austin on the weekends and Dallas, and so different stations, different times.
But other stations in other cities, even outside of Texas, I would think there's an interest in Texas. I would think some of the stations in other states would pick you up just to show how cool we are.
Yeah, you're right. We're on in 49 different states.
Yeah.
And we're sort of a staple on PBS's Create channel. So we've got people all over the country and even the world via, the internet who tune in, because Texas has this sort of mythos to it, right?
Yeah.
And people now, like, you just look at television and how many shows even right now are based in Texas that have giant audiences, whether that's like Landman or that Hunting Wives thing on Netflix, and then some other ones. I just ran into a bunch of people who their whole perception of Texas, they were from Bangladesh. Their whole perception of Texas was based off of Walker, Texas Ranger. And like that was their show. Or gosh, Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah. But it's interesting, Chet. We've talked a lot about the the success of your show. And how have you seen Texas as a state evolve from when y'all started to now?
Oh, that's a great question. I went back, like our first shows we filmed in 2009, and I went back and started watching some of that B-roll, and it looks like a historic documentary. I'm like, dang, I am old now. Like I'm officially old. And so I love what I do, but I think, in 20 years from now, the Daytripper is going to be sort of a very special time capsule of what these towns were, because, we're at 30 million Texans. We're supposed to add, we're supposed to get to 40, 50 million Texans. The backbone of our states. I mean, the state's going to change so much.
Yeah.
These small towns are going to change so much. Houston, it will probably double in size. And what's that going to look like for the Tomballs and the Springs, the Brenhams that are kind of on the fringes. And so, it's going to be interesting as time evolves. Texas looks very different now from when we started. The next 20 years are going to be even crazier. So I think this will be really fun to look back on.
Yeah. Well,
even when I'm old and gone, somebody will go back and look at it like some historic black and white footage.
20 years from now, you'll be riding around in that little buddy of yours, zipping around, showing us things still.
Well, yeah, just blending my food up because I don't have teeth anymore.
Right.
Chet Garner is the host of the PBS show, The Daytripper. Chet, thank you so much for joining us today on Hello Houston.
It was an absolute honor, y'all.
Thanks, Chet.